How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another Gaza Valley video. Might just pop the hood on because it's a little bit fresh. I'm just walking around this, it's like this little island in the middle of this park. Pretty cool area. I'm just like, yeah, get my Indiana Jones on here. Just a little bit. Yeah, you want to talk about these narcissists again? You know, the narcissist is like an illusionist. All they can give you is an illusion. All they can give you is abuse. They're just abusers, users, you know, manipulators. They're just false characters living in an illusion. And all they want to do is bring people into the illusion, into this deception, this delusional world, trick them and trap them, make them like a prisoner in this shared fantasy. But it's all deception, it's all a lie. They're just false characters. You know, they're people that just steal. They just steal bits and pieces, character traits from other people. They might have seen things on TV or on their smartphone. Things that they, you know, characteristics of other people that they think they can, like, you know, use to manipulate other people. And they just take these characteristics and they just attach it to their mask. Because there's no authenticity with them. I'm just going across this little stone thing again. There's no authenticity. You know, there's no authentic personality. It's just bits and pieces that they've stole from other people. And they just use that to manipulate others. But they'll bring you into this, you know, they'll bring you into this delusional world that they're in because 24/7 they live in a fantasy. And they just want to bring you into that fantasy. And what they use is entrainment, which is another word for brainwashing. And it's through that repetition that, you know, the abuse, that repetition of abuse, you know, those phrases that repeat over and over again. They synchronize your brainwaves with their brainwaves. And slowly they take, you know, they take over your mind. They take control of your mind. And it's like through gaslighting, it's through like, you know, pathological lies. And like guilt tripping you. You know, shifting the blame, never taking accountability for their actions. Or things that they, you know, like these, you know, these manipulations or things that they've done to hurt you. You know, there's no accountability for that because they can't introspect. They never want to take accountability. They never want to, you know, for the wrongs that they do. They just want to shift it. They just want to deflect it and like project it back onto their targets. And so they just bring you into this shared fantasy, and they just, you know, portray this person that they, you know, that they've got love and that they've got empathy. You know, when they don't have love and they don't have effective empathy, they've got cold empathy, and they just use that also to manipulate. You know, to see the frailties, see the weaknesses, see the places where they can take advantage of you. You know, look at all those birds there. Wow. It's amazing formation of birds. But yeah, you know, they use gaslighting, blame shifting, guilt tripping. You know, they give you the hot and cold, the push and pull, the pleasure and pain. You know, one day, you know, it's all good and everything, you think everything's moving along sweet and you know, you can do no wrong, you know, because that's how it is in the beginning. It's like you can do no wrong. Like, you know, they just see that, you know, they idealize you in the beginning. They just see you as the bee's knees. They see you as the best thing, you know, the best thing ever. You're like, you know, they give you this soulmate, this twin flame impression that, you know, they're the one you've been looking for all your life. You know, they just want to spend every minute of the day with you, and like, you know, they're all smiles and they're all affectionate and stuff like that. But it's all a con. They're just con artists. They want to give you the impression that they've got love for you, that, you know, they've got effective empathy, that they, you know, they care about intimacy and like building a future with you. And this is another thing, they'll like future fake you and say, yeah, we're going to go on this magical holiday together, or something in the future that's going to happen, you know. So they dangle the carrot in front of you, but really they just want to enmesh you. They just want to trick you and trap you, make you a prisoner. You know, it's like a psychological prisoner in their sick game. It's like an enmeshment, you know, because it's like not just a physical thing, you know, it's like a psychological thing, obviously, you know. It is like, it's like they bring it into some sort of psychological warfare with them, you know. And then just out of the blue, like when you've gone through the love bombing stage, where everything was like, you know, puppies, rainbows and like butterflies and everything was sweet, you know, they've got you on such a high. You know, you're on cloud 9, or you're on, you know, you're super high off that, and you're feeling amazing, you know, because they've idealized you. And it's like, you think you've met your soulmate, you think you've met the one that you're supposed to be, you know, be with for the rest of your life, when really it's just, you know, this just, you know, it's basically just a con artist that's just come along into your life, really, and it's just fool's gold. You know, you think you've struck gold, but really it's just fool's gold. And it's just an illusion that they're portraying, because they're like a false character. They're, you know, they've been disingenuous, you know, with you from the beginning. They're not even giving you the truth. So they're pathological lies. All they can really give you is an illusion and just lies and manipulation and like abuse. There's like no truth to them. It's like when you bring up the truth and you bring up reality, that's going to like offend them. They're going to want to run away. They're going to want to, you know, give you the, you know, cold shoulder treatment and like give you the, you know, the silent treatment. You know, they'll just change in an instant. It's like, it's just incredible, because you're just thinking, how can you like be all over me and just be this like, you know, you know, this person that just thinks I'm wonderful and thinks I'm amazing, and then just change it up just like that. Like, who does that? How can you just, you know, and then just like do the disappearing act out of my life and then hoover back, you know, all these mini hoovers and things. And it's like, because they've got this, like, you know, they've got so much so many insecurities, and like, you know, they've got all this shame because they're like shame-based people. And they just project that. They just project that onto their targets. They just project that onto their victims. And like, if you identify with it, or if you accept it, you know, it's like you become the you know, you become their emotional punching bag and everything like that. And they're just dumping, they just unload all their toxicity, all their insecurities, and, you know, all this negative stuff that they've suppressed within them. And it's just like, yeah, why are you doing this? Why are you acting like this? It's quite shocking, you know, because like anyone in their right mind knows that, you know, you wouldn't do that to someone that you care about. You wouldn't do that to someone that you love. You'd be there like wanting to do your absolute best for them. You know, you'd want to love, you know, you want to like, you know, you respect your partner. You want to build them up. You don't want to tear them down. And this is what they want to do. They want to like tear you down, but it's just like, it's insidious. It's like bit by bit. But they'll lift you up. They'll make you feel amazing and everything, and then they'll drop you down suddenly. You know, it's like this shock treatment. It's like they're making you feel awesome, and then they're dropping you down and like making you feel horrible again. And of course, this is what creates the trauma bond. Because your nervous system's like thrown all over the place. You know, you're feeling good, you're feeling bad. You know, they're giving you the pleasure, the pain, the up and down, the hot and cold, the, you know, the push you away, you know, and then bring you back again. And there's just no stability. It's just, you know, and this like having you walking on eggshells. You know, it's like in the devaluation stage, you know, all of a sudden it's just like completely just brainwashing, gaslighting, you know, blame shifting, guilt tripping you. You know, it's like now you can't do nothing right. You know, there's like, they're just constantly like having you walking on eggshells and like, you know, oh, you should have done this or you should have done that, or you're not doing this enough. When you're the one that's giving everything to them, you know, you're just giving. I mean, empaths, we give. And they're just takers. Narcissists are just takers. Because they can't actually give you anything. I mean, nothing positive. I mean, they don't have positive emotions. They can't access them. You know, they're all low vibe. They're all low frequency, low vibrational emotions. You know, and nothing's like reciprocal. Nothing's balanced. There's no equilibrium. It's just like, what can I take from this person? This is how they think, you know, what can I get out of this person in the least amount of time? They're just takers. They're just parasites. They're just leeches. And yeah, you can't understand why they're treating you like this, because all of a sudden they've just changed up their whole thing. Like, you know, like it's insane. And they're kicking you out, bringing you back in, like create this trauma bond. And then you feel addicted, but you think it's love. You think you've developed this like, this deep love for this person. But yeah, you can't understand why this person's treating you this way. It's because they've got all these insecurities and they've got all this, toxicity and all this shame, all this stuff that they've suppressed and they haven't never dealt with in their life. And they just want to dump it on everyone around them, particularly like their intimate partners and things like that. I should call their insignificant others. You think like, who does that? And how does someone just change like that so quickly and and they have these rage fits. They just rage out and you think like, it's just shocking to witness. It's because they've got arrested development. And they rage out like that. They rage out like little kids when they don't get their own way. And they want you to be their caretaker. You become like the mother figure, the parental figure. I'm just walking over the stones again. And they just, they expect you to do all this stuff. They want you to be this this person that's just like, when they say jump, it's like, how high, or, you're supposed to just be this robot, without any feelings, without any, emotions and things like that. It's like they want you to just disregard everything that you knew before. It's like, just put everything aside, everything that you ever knew, everything that you ever wanted, any desire, any passion that you had. They just want to destroy all of that. They just want to completely you got to sacrifice that for me. You just got to put all that stuff. They won't tell you this straight up, but this is exactly what they want. They want to just take away anything that you loved in the past, anything that meant anything to you. They just want to strip all that away from you, just like, no, you got to cater everything to me now. I'm your focus, and that's all that matters. All that matters now is what I want, what I need. And more you just feel like you're losing yourself. Because, you'll brush off the red flags, you'll see red flags, but because you care and because you feel, you've got this addiction and things, you'll start to dismiss those, and you'll start to dismiss things, that you wanted in your life, that made you happy and things. It's like, they slowly start to, brainwash you and change, rearrange your thoughts, rearrange the furniture in your mind to cater to them. It's like you're not even living for yourself anymore. It's just like you become this this robot that's just running endlessly on this hamster wheel in an effort to please them. They're completely self-absorbed. They got the pathological sense of self-importance, self-entitled, coupled with the lack of empathy. They're totally lacking empathy. Because if they had that empathy, if they had that effective empathy, there's no way they'd be treating us like that. Because they'd feel that pain. They wouldn't be able to treat anyone like that, especially their partner, the people that they claim to love. They most definitely wouldn't be treating us like that, because they would feel the trauma, they would feel the pain off that, and they'd be able to understand, that it's wrong. I mean, they know it's wrong. They know what they're doing's wrong. But they don't know why they're doing it. Because they're disordered. But yeah, it's a sad situation. Very, very sad. You know, because we wanted the best for them. You know, we wanted the best, you know, for all of us. Just looking at this here. It's like a log. Oh. Oh. You know, of course, we wanted the best for, you know, for the relationship, of course, but it's like they just have an agenda. You know, they've got a secret agenda, you know, from the beginning. You know, it wasn't about, you know, creating a family, having a happy, a happy relationship, a reciprocal relationship, you know, healthy relationship, you know, with intimacy, you know, kindness, love, respect. There's no respect there. Because, like, they don't see us as a separate individual. It's like when we start to do things, you know, when we meet them, it's like they take a snapshot of us in the beginning with their mind. It's like they have this avatar in their mind, this idealized version of us. And then as we start to, you know, do our own thing, you know, there's times where we'll do our own thing, you know, like whether it's, you know, go for a drive on our own or go walking around, you know, a lake like this, you know, walking around the lake, or go for a ride on the bike, or whatever it is. It's like they start to feel threatened by that. You know, they say, you know, because they have this confabulation, they have all these memory breaks, they have all these, like, you know, they're forgetting, they're remembering, they're forgetting, they're remembering. And, you know, they're forced to remember that we are, you know, separate from them, that we're out there. You know, when we do things on our own, we do things separate from them, that's when they're forced to recognize that we are a person, you know, out there in reality, because, you know, that's how it is. Like, because they take a snapshot of us and then we're just an avatar in their mind. It's like they're interacting with this avatar. They're not even interacting with us externally. You know, we think they are, but they're not. Because they operate in a fantasy, and what they want to bring us into this fantasy. You know, have us in this delusional state and have us gaslit and things like that, where we conform to them, where we conform to this, you know, into this fantasy, into this way of thinking, where we're so, like, you know, brainwashed and things like that, that we're not even operating in reality. It's like we're operating in this alternate reality type thing. We're like in a fantasy where we start to lose ourselves more and more and more. And this is what they want, because they don't feel safe unless we do that, unless we conform to them, unless we sacrifice ourselves. And it's like you make the sacrifice more and more and more as you spend, you know, more time with them, you know, extended amounts of time with them, and you become less of yourself, and you become, like, you know, emptied out. That's why you feel shelled out, you feel emptied out, because you're, like, denying yourself, you're denying reality. It's like you're just conforming to the fantasy and, you know, the way that they think and everything like that. It's all like you become enmeshed with them. It's like you become one. It's like you don't have your separate identity. And this is what they want. They don't want you to, like, have your own identity. They don't want you to, you know, to be pursuing your dreams, and, like, even they don't even want you to be reading a book. You know, they're offended at, like, or painting a picture, or, like, going for a ride on your bike, or going to the gym by yourself, or doing anything by yourself, because they just see it as a threat. And the other thing is that they start, you know, they can't be intimate, you know, they see that as a threat. You know, because they associate, you know, they associate like love and intimacy, you know, they associate that with pain. So that's why they'll push you away. You think, why are you pushing me away? Like, and of course that makes you feel like, you know, you feel rejected, and you know, it's like they just completely think different to us. It's like because they've got this agenda, and they don't see anyone. You know, they don't care about anyone else. The only one they care about is themselves. You know, they can't give anyone love. They can't receive love. Because they abandoned who they are. They abandoned who they are when they were kids. They abandoned their true self. So all they got now is the false self. So this is how they go through life. Living in a fantasy, tricking and trapping people, you know, draining people of their energy. I mean, they can't even regulate their own emotions. That's why they need us. They always need a source of supply. Narcissistic supply or sadistic supply. Yeah, they're like sadists. Masochistic. Sadomasochistic. I mean, you know, you'll see them when they traumatize you, when they hurt you and things like that. You know, from time to time you'll see that wicked grin. Or you'll see the eyes, you know, it's just almost like they've got reptilian eyes. They've just got this sadistic sort of look on their face, and sometimes you'll see like the narcissistic grin. It's like they're taking pleasure in like your pain. It's like your pain's their medicine. I think I said that in another video, but it's true. That's what it is. It's unbelievable. It's like we want love, they want hate. They just want to dump their hate. They want to dump their trauma onto their victims. They want to dump all their, their toxicity, all their insecurities, all the things that they never dealt with. Because that's the last thing they want to do is reflect on their wounds and reflect on the things, that they've done to people. They don't want to look at that. They don't want to admit the truth. They're running away from themselves. They're running away from the reflection of themselves. They're running away from the truth of what they've done to people, all the disgusting things that they've done to people in the past. No, they don't want to take accountability. It's because they're in denial. They live in denial. That's why whenever you bring up, you bring up the facts to them, you bring up the truth. And I mean it all. If you bring up any of it, that's straight away they'll deflect it and project it back to you. It's just denying it. So it's like you think, how can they ever heal? Or how can they ever come to a place where, of acceptance or anything if they're completely in denial? They don't want to take accountability for anything. If they just want to keep on projecting and deflecting everything, they're just running away from the truth. And they just hurt people, like the saying goes. Hurt people, hurt people. I'm just going to jump across this thing again. How do we go here? Whoa. But yeah, we just become you know, to them we're just narcissistic supply. You know, it's like the 4 S's. It's like narcissistic supply. It's like sex, supply, sex, services, safety. Do I get the 4 there? But yeah. But I mean, it's all just a lie, and it's all just for, you know, it's just exploitation. It's just exploiting people for their own benefit. You know, because they don't even see people, you know, as I said, like, they don't even see people as like external to them. People are just avatars in their mind. But yet they want to, you know, dump all their toxicity. They want to humiliate people. You know, they want to have them fragmented, you know, emotionally fragmented. You know, feel like your emotions are all compartmentalized. You know, you don't know where you stand. They want to have you thrown off your equilibrium and not being yourself. They want to shell you out. It's just abuse. All that a narcissist can give you is abuse. You know, even in the love bombing, it's still abuse. Because, yeah, they're being totally, you know, disingenuous with you. They're just totally being fake characters. Totally being like, you know, all they can give you is a fallacy. But yeah, they're sadists because I'm definitely sure that they enjoy punishing people. Let me know in the comments if you've ever seen the narcissistic smirk. You know, when they've caused you some sort of pain. But yeah, they're stuck in a loop. They're just stuck in a toxic loop. Just goes round and round and round, and they're going to be like that for life. Here we go across again. Yeah, but it's all an illusion with narcissists. What we got to do is bring it back to us, bring the focus back to us. You know, because really there's no one there with them. All they've got is a void. And anything we give to that person, you know, just goes into the void. So, you know, you can give, but it's never going to be enough for this person because they got, you know, insatiable needs that can never be fulfilled. They're a person that can never be satisfied, can never be happy, you know. So we've got to redirect, you know, the energy that we've been given to them and redirect it to us. So, we deserve to be loved. We deserve to be respected. We deserve to be appreciated. You know, we deserve to be living our life to the fullest. You know, yeah, we wanted a partner that was going to, you know, love, respect us and be there for us and, you know, someone that we could share our life with. We thought that because, you know, all the good things in the beginning, but they sold us this false character. You know, they just mirrored us. They just reflected our, you know, our virtues and our, you know, they just mirrored us. They just mirrored everything, our virtues and everything back to us. And that's how they trick us and, you know, get us trapped in the trauma bond. But I think just focusing it back on us, you know, You know, remembering the things that we used to do when we, before we got with the narcissist, remembering who we are and what we did, you know, the things that we enjoyed. I think that's, you know, where we need to be, putting our energy and things like that. Because no point giving it to someone who, you know, you're giving it to this person, like, literally like this person that doesn't even exist. It's a false character. It's like a person that, you know, has got a void inside. It's like you're giving your energy to that, and they're just feeding off your energy, you know, using you as an emotional punching bag and just like feeding off your energy. That's why they call them, like, you know, emotional vampires. Because that's all they can do. They can just like take from you, just leech off you, just like be this parasite, this vampire. You know, they can't really give you anything. But that's how they are. And that's how they survive. That's how they get through life. But it's completely wrong. But anyway, that's how it is. Just come out to this park, come out to this lake. Just thought I'd make a video out here. Have a bit of a chat with you guys. I hope you're doing awesome. Hope you're doing really well. You know, I tell you, like, you need, you know, love, real love in your life. You know, I think that, you know, that self-love, come back to the self-love. You know, give yourself, like, affirm things to yourself, like self-affirmations and stuff like that. Like, tell yourself, like, I am awesome. Like, tell yourself, like, I deserve better. You know, I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. I want to have a fruitful life. You know, you deserve to be loved and respected. You know, supported, uplifted, appreciated. Of course, this, you know, it's what we wanted, you know. We want that tender love, care, you know, understanding. You know, but we're not going to get any of that from the narcissist. Because all they can give you is an illusion. But definitely, like, practice self-love. Put up the boundaries. Have strong boundaries. Boundaries and standards. You know, like, have like a healthy, you know, support, you know, people that are going to support you and uplift you as much as you can. Have those good people around you. People are going to, you know, support you and be there. And like a therapist, psychologist, just some sort of support network. But yeah, just reach out to people that, you know, have got your best, you know, best in their heart for you. But yeah, and like get out and about, you know what I mean? Go for a walk, get out in nature, amongst the wildlife. You know, breathing in the fresh air, going for walks around the lake. You know, go up to the towers or the hills, or like just amongst the, you know, the animals, the fresh air, seeing different things, you know, like in nature and stuff like that. You know, get your Indiana Jones on, go on a bit of an adventure. This is all stuff that's going to uplift you, it's going to make you feel better. Might be difficult in the beginning, but once you get in that momentum, you get that rhythm going on, you know, it's going to get easier and easier. Journal, exercise, practice self-love, strong boundaries and standards. It's like a pelican of some sort over there. It's not a pelican, but it's like a bird that kind of resembles one. But yeah. Yeah, but peace and love from Gaza Valley. Hope you're doing awesome. Keep moving forward, keep progressing, keep being positive, keep shining your bright, beautiful lights. And yeah, please like, share, subscribe. Thanks to all my subscribers. Appreciate you all, love you all. Yeah, keep moving forward, keep being awesome. And I'll catch you in another video. Peace out.